Good afternoon, Durham. I'm Dr. Jenkins, Director of the Durham County Department of Public Health. I'm here today with our medical director, Dr. Jenks, to talk to you about something you may have been hearing about in the news, and that's measles. There's currently a large outbreak of measles in our neighboring state of South Carolina, with 920 cases so far, and have begun to spread here in North Carolina as well, with 17 cases confirmed in our state so far. As of now, there are no cases here in Durham, and we'd like to do all we can to keep measles out and keep you safe. The most important thing you can do to protect yourself and your family from measles is to make sure you've all been vaccinated. We know you've had some questions about who should be vaccinated and if these vaccines are safe. So now our medical director will answer some of your questions. And then I'll be back to talk more about how you can be sure you're up to date on measles information in Durham.
Thanks, Dr. Jenkins. Hi, I'm Dr. Jenks, Medical Director for Durham County. As you just heard, we're watching a very large measles outbreak in South Carolina, and we'd like to do all we can to prevent a similar outbreak here in North Carolina. But I know some of you have questions about measles vaccines, so I'm here to answer some of those questions today. First, are the vaccines safe? The measles vaccine most commonly given as part of the MMR vaccine is extremely safe and has been safely provided to millions of people each year after they were first introduced in 1963. Like all vaccines and medications, the vaccines can have side effects, but these side effects are almost always mild, and vaccines are much, much safer than having measles. While it's true that having a measles infection does also provide immunity against another infection, having measles can also cause serious health issues like brain swelling, pneumonia, deafness, disability, and much more, including death. Getting measles is not safe, so it is always smarter and safer to get vaccinated. Getting both doses of the vaccine is 97% effective at preventing measles. Another question we often receive is how you can know if you should be vaccinated. Almost all people born during or after 1957 are recommended to receive the vaccine beginning at age 12 months. In rare cases, some people who are severely immunocompromised are not recommended to receive the vaccine. This does not apply to most people, so you should talk to your doctor if you are unsure if it applies to you. For people born before 1957, because measles was so widespread at this time, which was before vaccines were available, it's assumed that you likely already had measles and therefore already have immunity, so you don't necessarily need to get vaccinated. But talk to your doctor if you have questions about this.
If you were born between 1957 and 1968, you may have received an older, less effective version of the measles vaccine. If you're unsure which version of the vaccine you received, you should talk with your doctor about whether a booster dose makes sense for you.
This brings me to the final question we receive often, which is how you can confirm if you already have immunity to measles, either due to prior infection or through a vaccination. You can check this by getting a measles titer, which is a blood test that can tell if you have antibodies or immunity to the virus. Although we can't provide those tests here at the health department, you can generally receive them at your primary care provider and at some pharmacies. If you have received 2 doses of the measles vaccine, you are well protected against measles and in most cases do not need to get a measles titer. Measles is a dangerous illness and it's extremely contagious. 9 out of every 10 people exposed to measles will be infected if they're not already immune, and it can spread through the air for up to 2 hours after an infected person has left the area. And you can't always tell who's sick with measles, so the measles virus can spread for days before symptoms appear. It's extremely important to do all you can to protect your family, and this starts with vaccination. But if you do have measles symptoms like a rash, high fever, and white spots in your mouth, it's important to call your doctor before visiting in person in order to avoid spreading it to others.
Thanks, Dr. Jenks. As you've heard, it's important to take steps now to protect your family from measles and help avoid an outbreak here in Durham. We offer measles vaccines here in our immunization clinic for people aged 12 months and older. You can call us at 919-560-7608 to schedule your appointment. We're glad to not have any cases here in Durham, but we are always in ongoing conversations with our state health department and staying tuned to state and national data, so we'll be the first to know if measles does reach our community. If so, we will share information with you as soon as possible through our local media, our website, our social media, our newsletter, and more. More information will be shown on screen at the end of this video. Additionally, the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services has launched text notifications to help alert you if you may have been near a confirmed measles case. We know measles can sound scary, but you can defend yourself and your family. In order to stay safe from measles and from other viruses spreading in our community, take steps now to keep yourself and your others healthy by getting vaccinated, wearing masks, and talking to your doctor if you're feeling sick or if you come near a confirmed case. I know we can do this together.